let's go back to the glorious beginning, shall we? And so you guys obviously go. Let's start with Mike because obviously he went there a couple years before Shannon, respectfully. But I kind of want to know too. During that specific time, what was some of the costs of these particular imports and records at a Wild Rags? Because it's still like a mom and pop kind of store.
Yeah, the imports were a little bit pricier. The back then LPs were like 10.99, domestic or whatever. Imports were like anywhere between 18 and $20 depending on what it was. Sometimes you got the fancy gatefolds and stuff, they might be a little bit more expensive. But yeah, it was always reasonable price. I think the demos were like $5. Like Shannon said, he had the demos behind the counter and there was tons of them. The one speaker recordings that Shannon was talking about, that wasn't even Richard's fault. That was a local jackass that was bootlegging band shit. And he didn't tell Richard that. So, Richard was getting bootlegs or whatever. Richard was a businessman. A lot of people will dispute that. And he's got a bad rap, online or whatever. People that don't even really know what they're talking about or, might have heard stories or whatever. There's some other people that he rubbed the wrong way that are still pissed off at him too. But he wasn't aware of the one speaker recorded demos. And he was a fucking businessman. Why would you be selling inferior product if you knew? You know what I mean? So it's just that local jackass. He just didn't record him properly, and unfortunately, Richard. There was so much stock in there he couldn't tell. He couldn't check or test every single tape. So. But yeah, it was the prices were pretty normal and reasonable for the time.